Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you all doing? Hope that you are fine, amazing and well. Welcome back to another video. So you might be there asking yourself or wondering, my budget is 200,000 Ugandan shillings, 300,000 Ugandan shillings, 150,000 Ugandan shillings. I want a good house which is self-contained. I want an amazing rental. I don't want to go back to live with my parents. I don't want to live with any person. I just love and want a good space. I know that was me about, I believe now 1 year ago, and I guess that is the main reason why you have clicked on this video. Renting out a house here in Kampala, Uganda, basing on any price that you want to be giving your landlord, it's absolutely very easy, but it can also get very difficult, especially if you are ignorant of important information such as the one I'm going to be giving in this video. In today's vlog, I'm going to be sharing how I was able to rent out a 2-bedroom house just a few kilometers away from the city center, that is to say of Kampala, Uganda, as a person who previously was in a bedroom house in Entebbe, that is Chigungu landing site, to help you easily identify a good place that is self-contained at a good price, and above all when it has good security. But before that, if this is the first time you're watching my face over here, hi there, I'm tanyanishailoc. I'm a Ugandan beauty and lifestyle content creator. Feel free to subscribe, to like, to comment, and to share out with friends and family. Initially guys, I'm going to be giving you a back view of the house I was recently renting before actually I went into this house. It was a 1-bedroom house. It was not self-contained. I was sharing the bathroom, the toilet with my landlords. The rent was 85,000 Ugandan shillings. It didn't have the best security, but since it was around the barracks, at least you were, a little bit sure that security is there. I liked that place, but I never loved that place. Those are two distinctive differences. Electricity was on a shared bill, meaning that I had other neighbors nearer to me. I believe about 10 of them. We shared the same electricity meter, and that brought a lot of different wrangles here and there. For the water I had to fetch it. Yes, if you did see my vlogs when I was still living in Entebbe, I believe you remember me carrying water in those big jerry cans from the tap. Each jerry can was 500 shillings, nusu bitano. It was very hard on me because I was trying to establish up my first beauty shop in that place, and yet I had to come back in the evening, carry water from the tap. Sometimes I found when the tap lady, she had already closed. The toilets were not that clean. They were also toilets to be fought for. You guys, if you have ever been on Mizigo, those houses, please let me know, because that is exactly the same situation I was in. The only difference was maybe that it was quite a very spacious place or a very big place, but as I told you, I liked it, but I never loved it. So that prompted me to actually move out. I believe I stayed in that place for over 8 to 9 months, and I said, let me just go back to my parents' house and start looking for a new house. It has been now a complete 1 year living in this house, which I rented a few kilometers away from the city center. And the story of actually how I did get this house, I was able to easily get in contact with a lot of different bloggers. If you have been watching my videos, especially those around housing, you will witness that I always talk facts when it comes to exploiting bloggers, housing bloggers, because most of the time they know houses in different districts and divisions in different areas around any place that you want to live in. So it was not that different. I got in contact with bloggers, I gave them my contacts, and they started calling me when they had found houses. The most surprising thing, guys, is that at this house, when I looked at it like this, the first impression I looked at it, I said, this is it. This is it. I actually even never knew the price point for the landlord, but I said, you know what, this is it. When I walked into, this filming space, it was big. When I walked into my bedroom, when I walked into the spare bedroom, the bathrooms, guys, when I saw the meter for electricity, yaka, I got so happy. When I did see, the meter for water, I got so happy, and I said, you know what, this is it. Some of the reasons that actually prompted me to say, you know what, Tanya, Simba and Namakanda, the first thing, guys, it is very, very near to the city center, regardless of the fact that I can spend something like 2,000, 1,500 to reach the city center. It is completely very near compared to a lot of different houses that are actually nearer to the city center, but they are for over and over a lot of Ugandan shillings. The second thing, the house was in a fence, meaning that I was, at least 50%, assured of security. Also, around these particular houses, there is also a dog. Yes, at least, 75% of security, I was assured of it. Then the third thing, which I loved most, that prompted me, as I've already told you, it was electricity and water meters. Those two things, guys, if you have never been in a house or a rental that is shared by those two things, guys, it is a complete chaos. So when it comes to the price point, the initial price point of the apartment or house, it was 400,000 Ugandan shillings. And I remember talking to the person who actually told me that, one of the blockers, that can I speak to the landlord. Initially they were resistant, but finally I found my way through and I was able to talk to the landlord, and I was able to launch my manifesto, tell him all my problems and why I need the house and all that. I remember that the other factor, that, guys, that I've not told you, that prompted me to actually, get this house, was that it is nearer to my school. It is very, very nearer to my school compared to a lot of different places that you would consider for the same price and for all the different benefits that comes with that house. So when I saw him in person, launched by manifesto, we stopped at 350,000 Ugandan shillings. Emitwala satumwe tan. So real quick, I want to jump into the summary of the house. The house has a balcony, a very spacious balcony where I can actually plant my plants. I love plants as a person. It has a kitchen area with a sink, with some cabinets which are inbuilt. It has this spacious big filming room that I initially wanted for a filming room. I know that it is not fully a filming room compared to a lot of different things you see on Instagram and YouTube, but for me it is a place where I'm comfortable filming content that you guys do enjoy. It is very big, it is very spacious. I can easily add in a lot of different things. When it comes to my bedroom, that is exactly what I wanted. I wanted a bedroom which actually had a window, even though the window is not that big, but at least once in a while I can open it, get some fresh, air and sun. The bathroom in my bedroom, I initially wanted a bedroom which easily I would access a bathroom without getting out. It was a hit. Then the spare bedroom where actually my siblings and my friends, when they come over, can sleep with a bathroom and toilet also attached to it, meaning that any person who comes to visit me, they are not going to be using my bathroom, but rather they have their own bathroom and toilet. The gist of the video. The first thing I would recommend you, my darling, my dear, my sister, if you are back here in Uganda and you want a house, my dear, use blockers. Blocker mayumba, housing blockers. In every district, in every sub-district, in every division, in any district, there are always these people. How do you get their contacts? For example, if I say I want to live in Kawempe, I'm going to go, especially around the area I want to live in, and look out for the border stage or the taxi stage. Always and always, their numbers are there. Yes, there are always different small posters. You just call them, get in contact with them. They are going to be of very, very important value to you. Remember that they already know where the houses are, and they not only know one house, but probably something like 3. So they'll just call you, come, we go here, we go there, we go there. And most of the time, you actually don't need to pay them. But the person who you are going to be renting from the house is the person who is going to pay them in case you pay. Meaning that you don't pay when you have not, liked the house. And that's why I love Ugandan housing blockers. You don't pay them. except when you have been able to, agree that you're going to be taking the house, and at the end of the day, the landlord is one who's going to pay. I'll give you an example. For me in particular, when I reached at that border stage, I called. I got something like two numbers. The first one did not pick up. The second one picked up, called me, went to see the house. Nasimira we nyumba. My dear, make it a point that you exploit blockers, exploit them, ask them questions as much as you can. They are there to serve us as we serve them. The second thing which I would actually emphasize that will help you get your dream house is critically observe your budget. Don't go out to rent a house, my dear, which is above your means of living. You are going to end up working for the house. Just make it a point that you do your research thoroughly. Yes, thoroughly. My luck might not be your luck. You might need to see or watch over 7 houses. I only watched one. Another person might only watch 2 of them. But as soon as you feel like it will be it. So just make sure that you live within your budget, make as much research as you can, and you don't just work for the house, and the different bills that come with the house. How do I know that? Make it a point that you look into how much you earn, and at least the amount of rent you are going to be, paying doesn't have to equate to 50% of what you earn. It's always bargain. Bargaining. There is no problem. I already told you when I got in contact with my landlord, I explained. I launched my manifesto. Launch your manifesto. Why do you want this particular house? What are the different things? What are your different images of the house? Why do you want the house? Mumatize mugambe nyinazino sente. Tell him or her, this is the amount of money I have. These people are humans and they do understand. At the end of the day, we are their business and they are also our business in one way or another. Because they provide us with space, we also provide them with money. Don't settle for less. As soon as you feel like you have been in this particular place and it is time to go. If I was not able to realize that instinct in me that told me, what, Tanya, you are tired of these wrangles of toilets and water and electricity and everything that came with that single house. I think by now I might have moved away, but I might have spent there a lot of time, But as soon as that time came and I felt it in my heart that, it's time to go, I said, time to go. Move out, look out for the house, and I've been loving this house. I have been able to enjoy it, and when my friends are over or when my family is over, most of the time I have my family over. They also enjoy it. It's quite a quiet place. It can allow me to film day and night. Electricity, water, meters, they're private. I can easily understand how much I've been able to use and all that. And I just call this my dream apartment for this particular moment in time. I know things might change in time, but for now, I'm contented and I'm grateful for this particular place. So thank you very much, guys, for watching today's vlog. I hope that you have picked out 1 or 2 things. Thank you very much for watching up to now. Don't forget, of course, to leave a comment in the comment section below about your thoughts on how you can identify a good rental or a good house. Let me meet you in my next one. Tanyanishailoc switching out. Bye for now.